I'm Candace and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I was just gonna bleach my roots. It's been since before the 8th of February, and right now I think it's like the 5th, no. It's like the 19th of April, so I've been a little overdue. I wanted to do it a few weeks ago, but then I got the Canona, so I was a little sick, and then last week I was cleaning my room the whole week. Shout out to anyone who watched that folding laundry vlog. Well, not really a vlog, but kind of vloggy. Shout out to you guys, because you true fans. But anyway, sorry for that if you didn't like that. I was just a little bit tired and wasn't sure what else to film, and I figured well, actually I knew I had to film this, but I needed a space to film, so I wanted to clean first, and I'm gonna try to do more than one video a week starting maybe next week or the week after, but I'm gonna start getting into that, so there will be a few more cleaning vlogs. But I know that's not that interesting, but so don't worry, there's gonna be, I'm definitely still doing piercing content, so comment down below anything else you'd like to see. And before I get started, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Leave a comment, anything you want, any questions you have for me, and basically I'm gonna get on into it. This is only the second time I've actually bleached my hair completely by myself. Actually, I've done it before, but that was like the end of my hair. But I'm doing all my roots completely by myself. In the past, I've always had my mom do it, just because it's like, you know, easier to have someone else do it because they can see. And I felt like I could instruct her enough that she would know what she's doing enough, because, you know, I learned from the interwebs how to do it. But ever since the last time I bleached my hair, I have a lot more confidence. It was pretty easy to start on my end and then go back in through the roots. When I was doing the shadow roots when I did the blue last time, I realized how easy it was to only dye the roots of your hair. And I'm like, bleach is probably way easier than dye that is like much more liquidy. So I'm gonna end up with hot roots by the end of this video, and I'm gonna dye my hair blue in the next video. I actually have the colors right here. Stay tuned for the next video. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see me dye my hair and try out Eero colors for the very first time. I got deep blue and 340 neon blue. I just thought it would be lighter. This is actually UV reactive, but I don't have a black light or anything, so, but yeah, stay tuned for those videos, and I won't feel bad if you avoid my cleaning videos, but it'd still be nice for you to hop on and give it a like, just to help my engagement, help my channel grow. I'm actually at 55 subscribers right now, which is totally crazy, because I'm like, who the heck wants to listen to me blabber on? But I've really been having a lot of fun filming stuff, and I'm really looking forward to film a lot more, whether it's about makeup, baking, my hair, anything. I was thinking if I do start doing 2 videos a week, it would be Tuesdays and Fridays. That's my goal within the next month or so, I think, to start putting out a little bit more content for you guys. And I'm just really hoping it turns out well, and if there's ever, I'm trying to put a lot of variety, so if there's ever anything that you're not as interested, feel free to watch for my splendid personality, or you could just skip that video and know that a piercing video is on its way, or another hair video is on its way. Anyway, I've been blathering forever. I'm just gonna start mixing up my bleach, I guess. I've been sort of trying to lighten my hair a little bit more by using some Head and Shoulders, just to like fade it a little bit. You can tell in the front it's pretty light. It's like faded to almost the green color that I started with. It's a little bit darker. but there's still definitely spots of much darker blue, especially where I had pink where I last bleached it. I'll link my other bleaching video up there. The dye will fade a lot faster on the top sections of your hair because that's where you put the shampoo directly there when your hair is wet and all back. That's why that fades faster. So this is what I'm working with. It's already pretty dark back here, and I think it'll stay dark, and that's cool with me because I'm putting blue over top of this anyway. But I was trying to fade the top a little bit in case these colors were a little bit lighter. That way it could show a little bit more true to color. Anyway, I just keep rambling and rambling and rambling. Let me finish brushing my hair. Get hair ties. Okay. I'll just section my hair before I fully mix the bleach. I have the powder out here, but I haven't poured any developer yet. I want to make sure the whole front section I can see by myself because it's the middle of the night and everyone in my family is asleep, so I can't ask them to double check to make sure I got all of that. So I'm just trying to make sure I'll be able to see this whole back section because I'd rather bleach it in the back of my head if I'm going to need the back of my head. Oh my gosh, this is a mess. My hair looks so thin and stuff. So this looks pretty good. This is just my section. I'm gonna brush the back of my hair again just so it's all good. I'll get a little bit more here. Okay, cute. Maybe I'll try to bleach this whole back section. Yeah, I can see all of it. Just because it's going to be hard to, well, it won't be hard to swap sides, but I always feel like I'm so slow bleaching my hair, and if I could find a way to make it faster. But I also feel like this section is like so far over, it might just be easier to bleach half of it at a time. I'll do that. It's important. This isn't a how-to. I'm just trying to show you what I'm doing. It's a little ironic for the how-to piercing irony, but then I'm literally just bleaching my hair at home. But I feel like hair is something that it's just hair. It's not like most people don't get infections from bleaching their hair off, so it's not like a danger to you. And as long as you're cool with, like, I could cause breakage, like, I'm not a licensed professional at this. If I damage my hair beyond repair, which, you know, is definitely possible since I'm not professional, you know, that's cool with me. Like, obviously, I'm gonna try my best to avoid excess damage. I'm gonna try to only get the brown parts, but, you know, if it happens, and I'm cool with it, I guess. Like, I don't know. I'll live. It's just hair. Oh, I'll probably even cut my hair. Not in this video, but in the future. I cut my own hair because I'm lazy. Okay, I'm just gonna pour about the same amount in here. Usually I just kind of eyeball it. And don't worry, I do have gloves. I just don't have them on right this second. I do like equal parts and then mix it and make sure it's like the right consistency. Oh, and this is 30 volume bleach. I mean 30 volume developer. So it's pretty good. It's still a little bit thick, so I'll put a little bit more. I wish I had extra. I hate having like just enough because I'm always always scared I'll run out. That's why I always get like the biggest of everything. Anybody else do that? Get the biggest size thing that they could possibly ever need. Might open the window and it might be bad for the audio, but we need a little bit of ventilation in this room. Make sure if you're bleaching your hair, you're in a well-ventilated area so you don't lose brain cells, because you literally will. If you inhale fumes, you kill off your like nerve endings. It like affects you neurologically for the rest of your life, because it will irreparably damage you. Okay, so I've opened my windows and my bleach is all mixed up. I might add a little bit more developer. It's kind of thick, but it's pretty good in general. Just added a little bit more there. And then I'll get started on this left side of my head. I think I'm going to turn off the camera just so it doesn't overheat by the time I get to the front, because it's a very time sensitive thing. But maybe I'll leave my GoPro on, because I got a whole second camera over there with me. Who knows, this camera might have already timed out. It says a 30-minute limit, because yay. I'm going to turn this camera off for a little bit just so it doesn't overheat on me in the important part where I'm actually going to talk, and I'll see you in a second. Well, I'll probably see you in this camera too, but I'll see you in a second. Probably like so I just did the left side of the back of my head, and it was a little bit difficult, as you can see. It's just hard to see where the brown ends and the blue begins, since it's still so dark back there. But I'm hoping it won't be a big deal, and I just hope I went down far enough on the initial thing. Like I said, my roots are already kind of long, so if I missed some of the like tips of the roots, that would be unfortunate, because it's already like so far away from my scalp. But I've used hardly any of this so far, so I always mix too much. I'm just doing like an outline of like the section first, and then I'll go in around the whole thing, or like now pin up part of it, and then work on the like innards of the section. But it does make it easier to do like a little outline. That way, like, if you only get to the edge of the part, you don't have to worry about like any edges getting missed. Okay, so I got like the perimeter done. So now I'm just gonna grab the whole section and then wipe off all the extra. Basically, it's important to take your time. If you're dyeing the back of your hair at all and you're using a mirror, sometimes it gets like kind of confusing where like what angle to put things. Because like obviously, like if you're looking in the mirror, it's backwards, so sometimes it's easier to look in the front mirror and orient your hand where you know it has to be on your head. Like maybe it's easier to not look in a mirror to like reposition. If you're always finding yourself doing like the opposite motion, just don't look in the mirror and just do, hey, I know this section closer to my ear. If I look at the mirror, I'm gonna accidentally go this way, but if I look away from the mirror for a second, I'll know how to bring my hand closer to my ear. It's kind of like, sounds kind of silly, but it do be hard to like know how to get like, it's hard to like figure out your orientation in reverse. So sometimes it's hard. It's like easier to look away a little bit. Fish! My GoPro overheated. Who knew? Okay, I already did that. So I'm gonna get all blotchy. I'm gonna take this hair tie out, and I think I want to just paint the back of the whole thing, and then I'll split my hair down the middle, do one side, then flip it over and do the other side. It's usually how I would do it. So now that I'm on the front of my hair, I'll start telling my story. So right after high school, I went to Florida to visit my grandmother, and I'm like a terrible person because it was right before she was about to pass away, and that's why we were down there. But I get like kind of kooky, and I get thoughts in my head. Sounds like bad thoughts. I just like get ideas, and then I can't shake the idea. So when I thought of, hey, I want to get my hair bleached because I had been blonde before, I don't know, I just wanted to be blonde again. But at this point, obviously I've never, I was much younger, so I never bleached my hair by myself. Plus I was in Florida, so it's not like I was at home and I could just go to a Sally's and just come home and bleach my hair or anything, or have my mom help me. So I just asked my parents if we could go get my hair done, and I convinced them somehow, because I'm evil. And then they were like, okay. So we went to the Walmart. We went to that salon to get my hair done. So that was not a good move. It's good, you know, same thing with piercing places. It's probably good to read reviews. I don't know what the reviews were, but I'm not sure if, like, I don't want to like talk bad about like people who might work at a salon that's in a Walmart. I'm sure they're great, most of them, but also like Walmart salons are much cheaper than like, well, I don't know if they're much cheaper. A lot of times like hair product things, like hair services are pretty similar, like per region, like wherever you go, it's gonna be pretty similar. And if it's a lot cheaper, there's probably like some sort of reason for that, where it's like bad reviews or like lower skill level. Maybe it's like a student salon or something. Usually there would be like a reason why it's cheaper. I don't know how much it costs. Obviously, just out of high school, you know, I never had a job because like I'm a lazy bum. So I didn't, let me work, because the back of my hair is bleaching and the front is not. If you work at a Walmart salon, you're probably amazing, and I hope you are, and I hope you would know better than the person who did my hair. So me, and I'm also like kind of a snob, so when I went to this salon, I was like, oh, I hope they're good. But obviously any salon I would hope they're good, because I'm like, I've never really like read reviews for a salon. Anytime I've ever gotten my hair cut, it's not been a fancy salon. It's been like the hair cuttery, your neighborhood franchise salon type of thing. So like I get in a chair and I tell them I just want to have blonde hair. I wanted it to be really light. I don't remember what shade I told them. I probably pointed to something like a level 8 or 9 or something, like really pretty light. I don't know what these levels are, but I know the higher the number, the the lighter it is, and I wanted like really light blonde. I've already had my hair bleached before, and then soon after I dyed it red, and then soon after dyeing it red, I literally shaved all of my hair off before. So doing that, I developed an obsession with like learning about hair stuff. For my birthday that year after I shaved my head, I literally got like a curling iron and a flat iron and like all hair stuff for my birthday. It was my 16th birthday, so I was able to get like a lot of stuff since it was like a big birthday, so my parents were like giving me like maybe a little bit more than any typical birthday. But so I knew a lot about hair because that was like a time in my life when I would watch YouTube and all I would watch was like bleaching stuff, things coming straight from hairdressers, people learning on their own, like on YouTube, researching, like going on Google and like searching everything, probably going on Yahoo Answers. Sad Yahoo Answers is like closed down. I used to ask so many questions on that thing. But maybe Yahoo Answers, I would ask questions or just like read about stuff. I would just like learn everything. So I knew a lot about like how hair worked, and obviously like being interested in bleaching before with my obsession, I knew how like the technicalities, like for instance, I know how to drive a stick shift. I've just never successfully driven one like longer than a day or so because I don't really have opportunities. But so at this point I've never had like opportunities to just regularly bleach my hair, / I've never gone to beauty school or anything. Basically, I know how to bleach hair. I know you're supposed to do the ends first and the roots process faster. I knew all this. And one would hope that someone who works at a salon and someone bleaching hair who works at a salon would also know things about bleaching hair. But probably I would hope more than I know as just a 17-year-old getting their hair done at a salon. So I go in and then I sit in a chair, I tell the lady what I want, and she seems like, the way she's like behaving, ooh, excuse me. The way she's behaving seems like she doesn't know what she's doing. There's another woman there showing her and helping her and telling her what to do. So I'm just like nervous, being like, I hope she knows what to do. But this lady was helping her, so I hoped it would be all right. I hoped it would turn out fine. Like, I hoped that the guidance of this other person, plus I assume this person went to some sort of school for hair, that they would just also have some knowledge, and maybe it's like they're just a little bit new, maybe they don't, I don't know what I really thought, but I hoped that they knew what they were doing as someone who works at the salon. But even me being someone who doesn't, like, I'm not really one to speak out and be like, hey, you're doing something wrong. I mean, like, if I know you in person, if you're my mom bleaching my hair, love you, Mom. I'm definitely gonna tell you, like, hey, do it like this, especially, like, she doesn't know what she's doing. Well, maybe by now, but she'll be like apprehensive. I'm the one who did all this research. I'll tell her what to do. But like, if I'm going someplace, I don't want to be rude. Like, if I'm at a nail salon or something and they're putting acrylics on me, like, I don't want to be rude. You're the one who works here. You're the one who, like, does this every day. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I know what to do more than you. Listen to me. And like doubt the person who's doing my hair or like nails. Like, I'm not one to be like, hey, you missed something. Like, I've been like getting a haircut at the hair cuttery, and then I would have one strand of hair. Does ever happen to anyone? I'd have one strand of hair sitting in the same spot the whole time, not cut, not combed, the whole time. It would just not be moving. And then I'm like, I could tell the lady, like, hey, you're missing something. But like, I assume she put it there for a reason and she knows what she's doing. So I'm not really one to tell someone, hey, do this. I don't want to micromanage you. I don't want to be a backseat driver. Like, I want I assume you know what you're doing and you'll do it, and I want to give you that benefit. Hey, you went to school for this and you would know. So, but even then, I'm not the type of person to say anything. But after she started applying the bleach, she started at my roots. She started bleaching. Oh my gosh, look how light that is. She started the bleaching. Did I even bleach this other side? I'm so confused. She started the bleaching like at the roots of my hair. And I'm just like, oh no. Like that's not, and obviously my hair is very dark. So I don't know, I don't remember if she told me what she was using or if I knew. Obviously it was like a 30, I would assume it's 40 volume for what happened. But obviously my hair is very dark. So she was using like a high volume developer on my hair. You know, probably rightfully so, especially if you work in a salon, like you know when you're supposed to use 40 volume or 30 volume. That lady who was helping the girl, she probably told her what to use also. Like it probably wasn't just her. But 40 volume on my roots, and or like at least 30 volume, like I don't want to say 40, but I think it was 40 volume straight on my roots. And I was like, hey, is that what you're supposed to do? Because she also like seemed unsure, so I was like, is like, I remember I asked her if she knew like what she was doing, like if she was comfortable doing it. And then even when she started on my roots, I'm like, are you supposed to do that? And she was like, yeah, this is how it's supposed to work. And I was like, okay. Like, you're the one who works here. And I just let her put bleach on my roots first, not even my whole head. On my roots first, before even any bleach touched the rest of my ends. Like, literally just like I'm applying it now, like a little less sloppy, but she applied the bleach on my roots first. And I was like, oh no. Like, I'm gonna get hot roots. Like, I'm concerned. There's been people on YouTube teaching this stuff for like over a decade now. So I was like, great, I'm gonna get hot roots. Then she bleached. Then after like sitting for a while, like she let me process, because obviously you gotta let it, like you gotta let bleach sit on for a little bit to like process. And if she thought you're supposed to put bleach on someone's roots first, she might think that you have to like let it process for like 15 minutes, but that's like hair color, I think, where you let your roots process like 15 or 20 minutes longer than the rest of your hair. But so she let it process for like maybe 15 or 20 minutes, I'm not sure, I don't remember. Then she went on to the ends of my hair, probably also with 40 volume, probably the same level, but since it's the ends of my hair, they're farther away from my scalp, obviously. She never put me under any type of warmer or anything to like start up the heating process. I remember before she even started putting any bleach on my ends, my scalp's itchy right now, frick. But my scalp was starting to get itchy, like really itchy, before she even started putting bleach on my ends. And she would just give me like a rat tail comb and tell me to like scratch, which you're not supposed to scratch your scalp if there's bleach on it, because you'll create micro abrasions, which in turn, bleach on top of micro abrasions will cause extreme irritation where you're already itchy and experiencing an irritation. So she gave me a comb instead of washing my hair out, which was already really light at the roots. She just gave me this comb so that my ends could process and that I could like scratch at my itches. And it was really uncomfortable. And it's not like I was like going crazy, like scratching at my whole head. And obviously, maybe back then, I probably didn't necessarily know that it was like the worst thing in the world to scratch your head while there's bleach on it. It was so itchy. I was just trying to like get rid of my discomfort because she was not washing my hair out. Because I was saying like my head like hurts. It's like really itchy, but obviously my ends were still really, really yellow because they hardly had any time to process versus my roots, which were already like very, very light. Like my roots were already the color I wanted and the ends of my hair were already very yellow. So obviously it's never going to catch up, but she left it sitting on so that it could sort of try to process. I guess she was hoping it would even out, but that's not how it works. She probably should have rinsed my hair as soon as I started experiencing discomfort and then reapplied bleach to my ends. Well, that didn't happen. I finished putting bleach everywhere. I'm gonna try to look around the back of my head to see if I missed anything at all. But it's already like lightening pretty well, I feel like. Already missing spots. She rinses my hair finally after like, and then the ends of my hair are probably like a level 7 or 8, while my roots were very, 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 very light. They were probably almost platinum. They were yellowy because they weren't toned at this point, but they were probably platinum or very close to platinum at that point, because obviously the bleach had been on my roots for much longer than my ends. My roots are super light and like my scalp hurts after she rinses it out. Then obviously you have to put on toner because my hair was bright yellow, especially the ends were much darker than the roots. And I think you could probably fix that with like a darker toner on your roots, and then well, you would need a dark toner on your ends too, but maybe like a little bit of a dyeing situation, like you would need a little bit of a tint. But you need something darker for your roots, since they're so much lighter and they are also on your scalp, so probably prone to developing faster, just the same as bleach. But so I think she tried to even it out, but she didn't do much. She didn't like rinse it off and then bleach my ends again to make it match, which, I mean, if she did it, you know, my hair might have fallen off, who knows, because it was already on my roots for so long. Any type of overlapping, I probably could have ended up, and who knows if she would have done 40 volume again, if it was 40 volume in the first place. Like, that would have been no good to have double application of 40 volume after the first one already lifted to platinum. But anyway, so then I went home, or went back to my grandma's house, and I'm like generally happy. I'm like, it looks crazy because I got extremely hot roots. In general, like, I had bleached hair. My mom said it looked cool, I think, but obviously, like, she's not like a snob like I am, where she'd be like, oh my god, this person has hot roots. But it wasn't like too terrible after the toner, but it was like I had hot roots. But the main thing about this story is the bleach was on my scalp for so long. After that, I had scabs all over my scalp, and honestly, like, I might call myself, I'm not really like a picker. Like, if I have a scab, I'm not just picking off scabs, but if it's like something that doesn't hurt too bad, like, odds are I might pick off the scab or two. But I had huge chunks of scabs at my roots, and especially like throughout the week after it like healed up a little bit, like, it wasn't like, it didn't hurt, but it was like just scabs from big weepy sections of my scalp, like big yellowy scabs, not like red scabs. I was able to like pick off scabs, and then it would be like a scab around my hair follicles, so I had to like pull the scabs out of the strands of my hair because it was like grown around all the hair. Oh my god, that was like so... I didn't want my hair to have hot roots, and obviously I didn't really desire scabs on my scalp, but like, it was kind of fun. It was fun to have like these like crazy and weird scabs, and they didn't really hurt, and my hair didn't fall off. Like, it wasn't like the most traumatizing experience, but it definitely was an extreme learning experience in which I learned for sure you don't put bleach on your roots first if you're bleaching your whole head. And I always struggle if I'm bleaching like anything farther than my roots. I always struggle to get them light enough because my hair is so dark. Like, they're always like much more yellow. So I think I'm gonna just go through the rest of this. That's like basically the whole story. I'm just gonna go through the rest of this and make sure it's looking pretty light. It's looking pretty light. Oh, I just got bleach all over the ends. So I got out of the shower just a little bit ago. Almost put my face straight into the water, so that was good that I did do that. Eyelash did start popping off a little bit though, but we're okay. The water started like dripping all across the front. So I don't really like to blow dry my hair at all. But the deal is I did take the bleach that was left over and just mixed it with a few pumps of shampoo, mixed it in my hands, and then just tried to run it through the bulk of the rest of my hair just to line it up a little bit more, fade it a little bit more. I'm just concerned since I've never used these dyes, especially this one. I don't know how light it is. It's kind of unclear on the website because they show pictures of people with light hair and dark hair, and then like a lot of the pictures have multiple colors. So I don't know if this is supposed to be extremely light and it won't cover this at all, or if it's supposed to be like pretty close to this color but like just a little bit more vibrant. I'm not sure, so I'm just hoping that this covers parts of my hair. I might just put it in like sections at the top where it's a lot lighter. But either way, I shampooed my hair with the bleach, then I let it sit in my hair just for a few minutes. I felt like my hair already had the bleach in it for a very long time. I'm not sure how much in total. I left it on for maybe like 15-20 minutes after I turned the camera off. And it took me probably over an hour to apply the whole thing, but I don't know, I'm not a scientist. So either way, here I am now. I would say the top is still a little bit damp, so it might be a little bit darker, but the top is probably like a truer look at the color. Like this is probably pretty accurate to what color my hair is, at least this section. I know like my hair's pretty patchy, like there was really dark sections and really light sections from the start, and this was already a really light section. So this is like how it lifted. I'm not too mad about how it lifted. It's pretty yellow. Now I could have gotten a toner. Someone told me that in my last bleaching video that if you're using like cooler tone things, it's good to use a toner, and that makes perfect sense to use a toner to lighten. No, the toner doesn't lighten. Use a toner to get rid of a lot of the yellow tones. That way, if you see I got a lot of green, it would get rid of a majority of my green tones. But I don't really mind the green tones. The last color I mixed up, I kind of liked when it faded. It was like mostly blue, but like it was fading a little bit green, and it's kind of weird. But I might go a little bit greener next time. I'm not sure. Let me know what you would like to see. But I kind of liked it because it was kind of turning kind of grayish, kind of like a bluish greenish gray, and I feel like it matched my eyes. For a while I feel like a lot of the lighter parts were matching my eyes, and I was like, this looks so cool. So I don't necessarily mind the green. I just hope that it starts out really blue with the Iro colors, because this is by no means platinum blonde. I don't know if you saw, I did have some overlap when I was bleaching my roots. So if that happens every time, then perhaps next time this yellow will get an extra little bit of help the next time I bleach my hair. Like it'll lighten it up a little bit, and if there's a little bit of overlap every single time, the 30 volume might help lift this to be a little bit lighter as it goes. But I'm not sure. I mean, unless I go back and bleach the ends of my hair specifically, I'm not sure there's much I could do about the green for the ends. But I might be able to help the roots by doing my roots, and then when I go back for the second pass, doing a little bit on my, like a little bit overlapping to make sure there's no brown left, and to just get rid of a lot more of this yellow. I don't know, I'm sure there's hairdressers that might be commenting, tell me how bad of an idea that is, or just let me know what you think if you are a hairdresser and watching this. You know, I'm open to ideas, but honestly, there might not be much you can do to stop me once I put my mind to something. But either way, I'll just show you how this looks and then close out this video, and stay tuned for my next hair dyeing video where I'm gonna dye it blue with Eero. So don't forget to subscribe to see that. And let me just show you how this looks. Now keep in mind, a lot of like the top of my hair is dry here, but this part is, I don't know how obvious it is, but a lot of the back section is still wet, and I don't like blow drying. Oh, another thing that I always get sidetracked. After I washed out the bleach and shampoo mixture, after the few minutes, I then proceeded to shampoo my hair like 3 or 4 times with a lot of shampoo just to wash out all the bleach, and I used no conditioner. So if my hair looks dry at all or anything, that would be why, because I have bleached hair and no conditioner in it. So this is how the back looks. I'll separate it. I have literally no idea how it looks back here. Hopefully there's no brown pieces exposing me where I don't even know about. So that's it, and I don't know if you can tell what I'm talking about. It's yellow. It's pretty yellow, especially like through here it's like a lot more yellow. But I feel like here you can really see how where it overlapped a lot. It goes from a little bit yellower to really platinum here. It looks really platinum. I still have like pink tones. My hair color is so strange. There's pink, green, and blue still in it. But I'm down. I really don't mind. And I think the blue that I have, I'm not sure exactly what it'll look like, but I think it'll layer over pretty well. It looks pretty dark, like similar to this flat color I already have. And I think it'll layer and cover it pretty well. And if not, the worst I'm gonna have is like a little bit of a greener tinge to my hair. And if it's that green, hey, maybe next time I'll just dye my hair green. Anyway, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video if you would like. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you for 55 subscribers. I really appreciate it. Thanks to anyone who watched. Thanks to anyone who watched that folding laundry video. You, the real ones, I love ya. And I obviously love all of you. See you in the next one. Bye!